Welcome friends to one more chapter of Pawlosophy. This time we're gonna visit Venice. But if you come with dogs, before entering Venice, I recommend you to visit Parco di San Giuliano. Why? Because probably your dog will also need its moment. When traveling with a dog, it's easy to focus only on our own expectations, what we want to see, where we want to go, but traveling with a dog means paying attention to their needs. Venice is a wonder for humans, history, canals and gondolas, but for a dog, it's a crowded maze with no grass and way too many stimuli. So before diving into all that, we give Mugi his time here. Parco di San Giuliano is perfect for that. It's huge, filled with thousands of new scents, which for Mugi is like catching up on social media, and it even has a bus stop that takes you straight into Venice. And yes, dogs are allowed to the bus, though sometimes they require muscle. We are not sure if it is for a safety or just in case a dog tries to hijack the bus and drive it himself. But beyond running and exploring, we also play here. And play isn't just an entertainment, it's a biological necessity. Neurologically, play releases dopamine and serotonin, neurotransmitters that reduce stress and strengthen memory. It also enhances adaptability, emotional control, and deepens the bond between us. A dog that plays is a balanced dog, a healthy dog. And if we think about it, who benefits more from its moment, them or us? Because playing with a dog is also a philosophical exercise. It forces us to slow down, to let go of our expectations of what we should do while traveling, and simply be present. It teaches us that, just like in Venice, you don't need to ride a gondola or visit a museum to truly experience a place. Sometimes beauty is found in the unexpected. And that's what today's episode is about. Charis, the Greek word for grace, the fleeting beauty that cannot be owned or held onto. And what better place than Venice to understand it? Venice is a winding canals and century-old buildings. It's a city that invites us to marvel, but also to reflect on the ephemeral. As we stroll through the narrow streets surrounded by tourists seeking the perfect photo, we wonder, do we really capture something permanent here, or are we simply passing through? The Rialto Bridge is a clear example of this. It's beautiful, undoubtedly, but it's always crowded with people. We try to find a quiet corner to enjoy its view, but we realize that as soon as we do, there are more tourists, more cameras, more noise, and so the beauty of that moment fades, only to be replaced by the next fleeting instant. As Greek philosophy says, true beauty is fleeting. Charis, a grace that cannot be couched or kept. But Mugi, in the meantime, doesn't need a perfect photo or an empty place to enjoy. He doesn't care if there is a crowd on the bridge or if the streets are full of tourists. His walk through Venice is much simpler. A sniff here, a glaze there, perhaps a little rest somewhere. Mugi reminds us that we don't need to possess or retain beauty. We just need to let it flow, to enjoy as it is, as it comes. The difference is that, while humans seek something more, Mugi already has what he needs. His infinite curiosity, his ability to adapt to any environment, and his ability to find joy in what we often overlook. Perhaps we don't need more than to learn to be like him in this regard. Instead of rushing to see everything, perhaps we should simply allow ourselves to be. Venice, like dogs, is a reminder that beauty is everywhere, but we can only truly appreciate it if we stop trying to control. If you want to join our adventures, subscribe, because travels may be human, but philosophy is canine.